A couple of days after this session, you'll have this nice little toolkit to take some of these scenarios we'll be talking about and have a little more of a kind of firm basis to start if you're not as comfortable leading with your power today. Power is not just outcomes, it's also the people involved in getting to those outcomes. So being able to change the behavior, change the mind of others so that they do a certain thing that they might not choose on their own without information, without influence, without a relationship, without having a different side of the story. So power is really interesting because we often think of it just as that first bullet, that outcome and end goal, but really it has to do with getting everyone else to agree that that's the right thing to do. So power is actually people. And when you work with people, you can change their minds, you can influence them. For example, we may all have team members who are kind of uncomfortable right now, kind of freaking out, like low-key, because they're seeing all these layoffs happening around them. And they're wondering, what about me? Like, when am I next? Is it going to happen to me? Should I stay here? Should I go somewhere else? Is there anywhere else to go right now if everybody's laying off? So be aware of how others are feeling around, that kind of power that you have, how you're exerting it, the information you are or aren't sharing. And in that mindset, everything is negotiable. When you start leading with power, you never take no for an answer, for good or bad. You have to have some personal principles that you're starting with that you lead with. And that's part of where this first conversation is. We're talking about leading with power in your role. But one thing that we're going to talk about in the next session is how do you start kind of developing who you are in that power? And then how do you lead when you're not the person in charge, like the only person in charge or the highest person in charge? And so all that comes down to is having a good sense of who you are and understanding your own mindset and how you want to approach your power and leadership. I actually conflate the two. Power, leadership, it's kind of the same thing. So, tactical skills in leading with power.